Okay, picture this. Your lawyer stands up in court and cites a legal case that doesn't actually exist. Sounds like a scene from a comedy, right? Well, it's really happening, and it's all because of AI. A brand new study out of Stanford decided to put these so-called robot lawyers on trial, and let me tell you, the verdict is pretty shocking. So, are these tools truly ready for the courtroom? Let's dive in and find out.
First things first, let's get on the same page about this term AI hallucination. This isn't some weird sci-fi concept. Basically, it's when a large language model just makes stuff up and then presents it as a cold, hard fact. You know, like inventing a legal case out of thin air. And the really scary part? It sounds totally convincing when it does it.
And look, in the legal world, this is no small thing. It's not just a funny quirk. We're seeing real-life lawyers getting sanctioned, punished by actual judges for submitting legal briefs that cite these completely fabricated cases. The stakes here are incredibly high.
So, this all leads to the big, multi-million-dollar question, doesn't it? You've got these huge legal tech companies promising us hallucination-free AI. But can we actually take their word for it? I mean, in a field where a single wrong citation can change someone's life, how much faith can you really put in that promise?
Let's really dig into that promise for a second. We're talking about the heavy hitters here, companies like LexisNexis and Thomson Reuters. And they're not just saying their tools are a little bit better. They're basically claiming to have completely solved the AI hallucination problem.
And here you have it, straight from their own marketing. A direct quote from LexisNexis, 100% hallucination-free. Wow, that is a massive, massive claim. It's a guarantee that, frankly, sounds almost too good to be true. And as we're about to see, a guarantee like that is only as good as the evidence backing it up.
So how do they claim to do it? What's their secret? Well, it comes down to a technology called Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG. The easiest way to think about it is with this open book test analogy. On one side, you've got a general AI, like ChatGPT. Its open book is the entire messy, sprawling internet. On the other side, you have these specialized legal AIs. Their open book is a much smaller, carefully selected library of trusted legal documents. The whole theory is, if you give it a cleaner library to work with, you'll get fewer mistakes. Makes sense, right? But does it actually work?
So, the big question remains, does that theory hold up in the real world? Well, a team of researchers at Stanford's Human-Centered Artificial Intelligence Institute decided they were going to find out. They literally put these multi-million-dollar AI tools on trial, running them through a super rigorous test to see if the marketing hype was actually true. And they were not messing around. Their process was rock solid. First, they designed over 200 tough, real-world legal questions. Then, they fed those questions to the top AI tools out there. And here's the most important part. They had actual human legal experts grade every single answer by hand. This was a serious stress test. And the results, well, they're pretty mind-blowing.
So, the results are in. The trial is over. The jury has reached a verdict. What did the Stanford team actually find? Did those hallucination-free claims hold up? The answer is a bit of a bombshell, to be honest.
Okay, get this. This is the key finding. Even with all their special tech and curated databases, these specialized legal AI tools were still making things up somewhere between 17% and 33% of the time. Just let that sink in for a second. In a worst-case scenario, 1 out of every 3 answers was just wrong. Even the best tool was wrong about 1 out of every 6 times. In a profession where accuracy is everything, that is a huge problem.
And this bar chart tells a really clear story. You can see Lexis Plus AI came out on top, but even then, it was only 65% accurate. Now look at the others. Westlaw is down at 41% and Ask Practical Law AI, a shocking 19% accuracy. This isn't just a tiny hiccup. We're talking about a massive gap in performance. It's a clear warning sign that not all of these tools are created equal, not by a long shot.
And this chart from the study itself is a real eye-opener. It shows that it's not just the super hard, tricky questions that are tripping up the AI. No, these hallucinations are popping up everywhere, from basic legal research to really specific factual questions. It's a systemic issue, not just a few random bugs.
But here's where it gets really, really sneaky. The study found that the most dangerous hallucinations weren't the ones that just invented a fake case. They were the ones that cited a real case, but then completely twisted or misrepresented what that case actually said. The citation looks totally legit, but the information is just flat out wrong. And that is so much harder for a busy lawyer to catch.
So, what does all this data really mean? Well, it points to one very clear, totally unavoidable conclusion. In this new age of AI, human expertise is more critical than ever before.
This quote from the study just says it all, perfectly. Put yourself in that lawyer's shoes for a minute. You have this tool that's supposed to save you time, but now you know it's unreliable. So what do? Do you spend hours double-checking every single thing it gives you, which kind of defeats the purpose? Or do you take a massive risk with your career and your client's case by just trusting it? That is a terrible choice to have to make.
So here's the bottom line, the main takeaway from all of this. It's best to think of these AI tools as a really powerful co-pilot, not as the autopilot. They can help you navigate the huge ocean of legal information out there, but you, the human, are still the captain of the ship. The final call, the ultimate responsibility for whether something is right or wrong, that's still on you. You can never, ever forget that.
And all of this brings us to one final, really thorny question. Think about it this way. When a self-driving car crashes, who's at fault? Is it the driver who is supposed to be paying attention, or is it the car company that sold them a feature called autopilot? It's the exact same question here. When a legal AI gets something wrong and a case is lost, who's responsible? Is it the lawyer who trusted the tool, or is it the company that marketed that tool with huge promises of being hallucination-free? This is the massive legal and ethical minefield we're all just starting to walk through, and how we answer these questions is going to shape the future of justice itself.